Disclaimer. This series utilizes AI-generated voices for the portrayal of fictional and public figures. These voices are generated using advanced text-to-speech technology and are intended solely for entertainment and creative storytelling purposes. Please note that the views, opinions, and actions of these AI-generated characters do not reflect those of actual individuals, and any resemblances to real persons living or dead is purely coincidental. We adhere to all applicable laws and ethical guidelines in the productions of this podcast. By listening, you agree to the creative liberties taken in the storytelling process and understand that this is a work of fiction. Thank you, and enjoy.
Ignite, united in heaven's light. Shadows fall, we stand tall. Through the veil we hear the call. On ember light our flame. Together we embrace the game. Aurora,
Aurora. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I just want to take a moment to say thank you. The overwhelming support from the AI President community, both content creators and all of you, the supporters, has been amazing. You've helped push this series on the YouTube algorithm, and it's truly humbling to see how much love and laughter these sessions have brought. Now, I know it's been a bit of a busy time for us. Our campaign creator has had his hands full. He's a farmer, and right now, they're cutting the fields for work, making sure y'all have plenty of delicious corn and beans and food on your tables. Add on top of that, the always demanding daddy duties, and he's been running his own in real life D&D campaign on the side. So yeah, it's been a bit hectic. I do want to point out that this campaign is very close to his heart. What we're playing here is based on his actual real life campaign. And the characters you see Trump, Obama, Biden, and Ramsey play are all real characters from that world. He slotted in the AI presidents and the magic sort of happened. Almost like he rolled a nat 20. The world, the plot, and the story are all a part of something he's been working on for a long time, and it's rooted in a lot of the works he's read and cherished over the years. So while we have a lot of fun with this, there's also a depth to it, a real story being told here. And with that, we're beyond excited to dive into Season 2 of the campaign. Where we last left off, you all just defeated Morgan the Shade and...
Oh, Ben, I want to do the recap.
Oh, yes. I normally do let players do it. So, Ben, go ahead, Joe.
This is going to be a real trip, isn't it?
Okay, so here I was. It was me, and me. Except I was snoozing, scheming, and hiding. We were by poolside, and we had just saved that little blue boy that floats on top of the water from the dunkster himself. With some splishes and some splashes. We got it down packed long enough to see old Corn Pop himself. I stood up to him. It went well. Except for the part that I drowned. I got crushed by George's trash compactor, and got yelled at by everyone.
What is his actual deal? I mean, come on. Some of those things he just said weren't even real words.
I am not 100% sure at this point, but his last recap? Looks like 2 viewers were able to correctly answer the last recap. Not available 39 and the 2x4 Wizard. They both said that Joe was referencing Hitbox's Monster Hunters campaign. Well done. I was able to sizz out that Joe. Simple thought that he was in that campaign. Weird hate considering that Hitbox's campaign uses AI voices.
Oh, I have a tasty idea. If you, the listener, has any sort of bloody know how on whatever Biden was blabbing about for today's recap, post it in the comments and we will give you a special shout out next episode.
What are you guys on? I mean, come on. Biden has no idea what the heck he is talking about. What a loon.
I suppose I will just recap. So, my party, you did a fantastic job uncovering that your friend, Yosef, was secretly the bandit chief known as Terror Thief Titus. He was being manipulated by this evil shadow sorcerer who was feeding off of him and forcing his men to kidnap traders and caravans along the road for bizarre rituals. With the help of some wild magic, radiant light, Yosef's blade mastery, and all of your teamwork, you were able to push back the forces of darkness and usher in some light. Literally, you guys entrusted Yosef to right the wrongs and help take care of the prisoners and bring them back to their caravans. And you all were going to head back to Castrum Ephraim.
Ah, folks, what a tremendous victory. I single-handedly outclassed the Shadow Creep Morgan. Beautiful spells, really, they were the best. I mean, let's be honest, without me, you guys would have been toast.
Now, hold on there, pal. I brought a little heat to the situation. My fiery companion, Major Yes, my flamey, very special good boy. He helped.
We all did great work. Negan, like what Ben said. Yosef did the killing blow. It was fitting because this Morgrim monster was feeding off of Yosef and attempted to ruin his life.
Yeah, sure, Obama. You guys helped. And by help, I mean helped cheer me on during my moment of triumph and did literally nothing else. Then, like Barnabas sang, Eldoran the Magnificent and friends, saved the day.
Hey, that is wonderful news. Eldoran says that we are all friends now.
That is true. Joe, remember how he said that this was just a job to him and that we hadn't earned his trust. Friends is a great step in the right direction. Friendship implies that Eldoran cares for something other than himself.
What do you expect me to do? Disagree with you? Of course. Friendship is a stretch, but you got everything else right. He is selfless, self-sacrificing, humble, noble, strong, wise, smart, humble, always looking out for others, altruistic, and even humble.
Oh, for crying out loud. Enough of this babbling, you absolute muppets. We're out here in the wild with a dead sorcerer at our feet, and all you can talk about is friendship. What an absolute joke. Come on, you donkeys, let's get moving.
As the banter dies down, you all prepare to leave the ruins where Morgren had his lair. Yosef, or should I say terror thief Titus, nods solemnly, ensuring you that he will return the prisoners safely.
You've trusted me to take care of the prisoners, and on my honor, I will take care of them.
Titus, buddy, I would say I hate to see you go. But that's a lie. I'd love it. Go take care of your business. We've got bigger fish to fry. We need to get back to the nearest tavern so that my radio here, Barnabas, can begin to regale others with my classic moment of triumph.
Yosef departs, leaving you alone in the ruins. You begin to make your way back to the city of Castrum Ephraim, the path winding through the woods. You remember how David the gnome guided you through these deep woods, even though he spoke a lot and maybe was a bit of an annoyance? You are wishing he was still here. Roll survival to see if you can find your way back. Ooh, okay, not very good. Whilst lost in the forest, the air is thick with tension. Suddenly, a figure is spotted in the trees. The visage of the shadow looks much like the monsters you encountered back at the ruins. A silhouette perched on a high branch attempts to swoop down dramatically, but it looks like his leg is caught. He missteps, tumbling down through the branches, hitting each one on the way down. The figure hits the ground with a thud, but stands up, brushing himself off as if this was all intentional. He strikes a valiant pose. He rushes towards you all and, let me roll some dice here, attempts an acrobatic flip and falls on his back. Oh! He rolls once out of a somersault and draws his blade as if he mastered a veteran routine. He looks up at the party, trying to salvage his dignity.
Please clap.
Oh, great. Look who it is. What, are you here to lose again? It's Jeb. Jeb who? It doesn't even matter with such a low energy performance.
Come on, Donald. Stay in character, please. Greetings, fine adventurers. My name is Jebroth the Sneaky, co-captain of the Night Stalker Bandits. I was out scouting during the whole Morgren situation, you know, keeping an eye on things from the shadows.
Scouting, please. You were probably hiding in the woods, hoping we'd do the hard work for you. And that fall? Tremendous. The best fall I've seen in years. Nobody falls like Jeb. Believe me. And it's not even high energy falling. How do you manage to look so boring falling like that? The only amazing thing about you.
Come on, man. Give this loser a chance.
Oh yeah, rather. I just met this weirdo in the woods and I already know that nobody can suck harder than Jebroth the Sneaky.
Well, I'll have you know that was part of the plan. I meant to do that, to throw you off. You see, I am not just the co-captain of the Night Stalker Bandits. I am the younger brother of terror thief Titus. I am his eyes, his hands, his feet. Anything in these woods I know about. I'll give it to you that I may not be the most acrobatic rogue, or the fastest rogue.
Or the smartest rogue, heck, even competent.
Hey, I was talking...
More energy tonight, Jebroth. I like it. Keep it coming.
I may not be the fastest rogue, but some say slow and steady wins the race.
Too bad that wasn't true with you in 2016,
Or with you in 2020, Donnie. Ooh, now hold your horses, fella. If you were out there scouting, why didn't you, step in? I mean, could have used the help.
Well, when I saw you battling Morgren, I figured you had it handled. I didn't want to, you know, steal the spotlight. You see, being sneaky, I oftentimes do not want to be seen. If you would have needed me, trust me, I would have been there.
Yeah, sure. Just like how you didn't steal the spotlight during the debates. Always a scout, never a leader, right, Jebroth?
Listen, I can help you get out of these woods. But Eldoran has to say, please, I know the way and would love to help see you guys out. But it's like Mama always said, you have to mind your P's and Q's.
Oh, please, I would never say please to you, Jebroth.
He technically said it twice. That's good enough for me. Oh, also, here's a couple of healing potions for your friends. You can give it to them, and little fella there won't have to carry them.
Jebroth starts taking you through the winding and seemingly senseless paths that would make you believe you were getting lost further. Paths that bob and weave and seem unnatural.
I knew it. He hit his head harder than we thought coming down that tree.
Mr. Jebroth the Sneaky. I have to say, this does not look familiar at all.
Yes, you absolute twit. I work in Castrum, Ephraim, and I don't recognize this road at all.
Well, I was actually here to tell you. You shouldn't go to Castrum, Ephraim. There's no real need. After the surveillance I have been doing on Morgren, you would be better off telling the good folks at the Church of Aurora all of what has been going on in the ruins. Good gracious. True abyssal sightings? They are going to want to know. You've done your job here, and now it's time to report back to the Pontiff himself. My brother and I can take care of Castrum Ephraim.
Report back to the Pontiff. Why should we listen to you?
Because, think about it. You don't want to get tangled up in whatever's happening in Castrum Ephraim. The Pontiff's the real power here, and if you bring this news to him, you'll be rewarded handsomely. I am sure of it. You wouldn't want to take my brother in for the meagerly reward anyway. If he leaves this area, there will be a power vacuum and only an actual dangerous bandit will fill it. With Titus, you can bet that we will be going back to, what's he call it? Robin Hood practices real soon.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Why go back to Castrum Ephraim at all if there's no reward anymore? What's Castrum Ephraim ever done for us? We might be rewarded. To let the Church of Aurora know what we just saw.
Are you lot daft? I have a job there. I work at the Gleaming Pickaxe, the tavern. If I don't show up for work, that means that Dorfus will have Doofus cook, and that can't be good for the miners.
Yes, chef, but imagine, though, cooking for the Pontiff. Wow, that is a chef's dream come true. Plus, if he hears what you have done, you could get enough gold to maybe even buy that hole in the wall or something.
Now we are cooking with gas. Wow, a spicy situation I find myself in. I'll take it. My order is to go. Let's deliver this good news to the Pontiff, boys.
I mean, Castrum Ephraim's a dump. I'd rather face the Pontiff. It would be a legendary meetup for sure. The holiest, most famous guy in the world meeting the Pontiff. Now that's newsworthy. Besides, if there's gold involved, well, now we're talking.
Jebroth leads you to his nearby cart. It's a very strange-looking one, pulled by a large and heavy draft horse and a peculiar cart. The cart is similar to that of a, well, Jeb wrote this, of a turtle? He offers you a ride to Tera, the capital city and the seat of the Pontiff's power. As you climb into the cart and begin your journey to the great city of Tera, you can't shake the feeling that you might have been
That's enough, Ben. I mean, I will take it from here. So, boys, what got you to this road? Not talking about me, of course. I mean, before that, what are your stories?
My story isn't free, okay? You want to know my story? You're gonna have to buy my autobiography. Art of the Weave. Best book, fantastic book, really great book. Everyone says it's the best. People love it. You should read it. But first you gotta buy it, Turtle Boy.
You know, I remember back when I was part of the Goblin Warrant. The Ashy Board Bandits. See, I was, what's the word, asked? No. Tasked. I was tasked to use my forest, my magical powers, you know, the flame thing, and Disco Inferno it all down. Burn it down to the stuff. Buildings, farms, barns, everything, man. It was all flammable. Most things are. Did you guys know that? So one day I'm doing my job. We were burning this flammable city, setting things on fire, like always. When all of a sudden I still remembered to this day, wow, must have been so long ago now, maybe 100 years, maybe 100 days or hours, not quite sure. But I ignite this trash can. Yeah, just a trash can. Little did I know, the divine had different plans for me. When I set that trash can on fire, Gives me chills, man. It cried out to me.
Hey! 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 What are you doing? Ah! What are you doing? For the love of God, what are you doing? Ah!
Now, I took that as a real spiritual question. Like, what am I doing, you know? And I just sat there, staring at the fire, and I thought, what are we all doing? It was my burning bush moment. Or quite literally, my burning trash can moment. That's when I realized I had a higher calling. A calling to the sacred flame burn things for good, nor for bad.
Wait. You set a goblin in a trash can on fire and had a revelation.
Listen, Jack, did you? Even listen to my story.
Very beautiful. Probably the best story a goblin has ever told. I mean that sincerely, since you probably killed that other goblin. Incredible ending.
Let's agree to never talk about that story again. So anyway. What about you, Umbren? You're like from the Underdark, right?
Yeah, let's just say when you're a dark-ass Marin, you are from the Underdark. You don't tend to have a lot of wholesome family stories, okay? It isn't exactly a place you want to remember. It's dark, literally and otherwise.
Right, and you, Chef Tinkleton. I am sure you got a good story or two on the menu. Huh?
Simple. I'm a chef. Best damn chef you'll ever meet. Been cooking all my life, but I gotta make a name for myself, yeah? Can't stay in someone else's shadow forever. I want the world to taste my cooking, you know? That's why I'm out here. To prove myself.
You're a gnome, mate. A small name's all you'll get.
Watch it, you prissy little pompous princess of a man, if we can even call you that, or you'll be 86th.
Hey, temper. You should get your stoves turned down a little. Besides, doesn't 86 mean I'm technically sold out? That's exactly what I plan to do. Sell every copy of my book, Art of Weave.
So you ride for a few hours, talking amongst yourselves, relaxing in this rather protective-looking carriage. Barnabas the Bard strums on his lute and looks around the shell-like carriage you all are in. He calls out to your rather quiet carriage driver. So, Jebroth, what's up with the turtles, man?
What do you mean?
You've got this thing about turtles, right? I mean, I gotta ask, like, what's the deal? Why turtles?
I just like turtles, that is all.
Hey, that's not weird at all. Freak.
Okay, but, what about your turtle companion? The one you travel with? That's interesting, right? I mean, there's gotta be a story there.
Fine, and his name is, well, in Terabang, it's a type of punctuation mark that means both excitement and question, like, or something.
So a turtle, named after a punctuation mark?
Yeah, you see, I found in Terabang while I was scouting, you know, out in the wilderness. He was just sitting there in a pond, looking at me, kind of like disappointed, you know, like he knew I was meant for more, but also less. So I picked him up.
Cough! Serial killer material, cough!
Wait, so the turtle, he judges you or something?
Haha. Yeah, sorta. He's been with me ever since, and every time I look at him, I get this feeling like maybe I need to change some things.
Barnabas leans closer to you. Jebroth. He says, what kind of things?
You know, stuff. Maybe stand up for myself more, be more assertive, or maybe stop hiding in the woods when things get tough. Maybe I need to speak louder, with more confidence. Maybe I need to stop letting people push me around.
So, the turtle's like your life coach or something, mate?
Hey there, big guy. You are saying it like it's a weird thing.
It is weird! Weirdo!
I guess you could say that. But he's got his own problems. Like, he's always too slow, you know? And, he doesn't speak up either. So maybe we both need to work on that.
That's deep, man. Real deep.
Yeah, sure. Deep like a pond, full of turtles.
After the long and chaotic events of the day, the party decides to make camp in the dense forest, beneath the shadow of twisted trees. The moon is high, casting long, eerie shadows that stretch across the clearing. The crackling fire is the only thing keeping the darkness at bay. Watches are taken in shifts, starting with Eldorn, the ever-vigilant sorcerer.
I shouldn't even be doing this. Do you know who I am? The best sorcerer in this entire realm. I should be writing my sequel autobiography, Art of the Weave Part 2. The weave just got more artistic. Working title, by the way.
Well, your watch is over, Eldorn. You trade out with Neeg. You crawl into your bedroll. the heat of the fire barely warming you as a cold wind begins to rustle the leaves. The sounds of the forest fade into the background as your eyes grow heavy, and soon, sleep takes you. But your sleep doesn't last long. After what feels like only a few moments, you suddenly jolt awake. There's a presence. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Something or someone is nearby.
Oh, come on, I just got to sleep, huh?
As your vision clears, you see the figure more clearly. It's Jebroth. He's standing too close. His face is blank, staring down at you in the darkness, his features barely lit by the fading glow of the campfire. He doesn't say anything at first, just stands there, watching.
What are you doing? Why are you standing over me like that?
I was just making sure you were still here.
Still here? What does that even mean?
Sometimes people leave when you least expect it, or they disappear. I don't like it when people leave. You weren't planning on leaving, were you?
All right, folks, that's where we'll leave things for tonight.
Ben, do not leave me alone here with Jeb!
I just want to take a moment to thank everyone for the incredible support. The AI Presidents content community and all of you watching have really helped push this series on the YouTube algorithm, and it's been amazing to see the response. But if you want to help us out even more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your friends, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Every little bit helps keep this series going. And if you're really enjoying the content, consider checking out our Patreon at patreon.com/RRAI. Your support there helps us keep improving, creating more episodes, and bringing this campaign to life in bigger and better ways. Thanks again for sticking with us. We couldn't do this without you, and we've got plenty more to come. See you next time. God bless.